Right, I hope you can see me all good. Made kind of a bit boo-boo when I was putting the phone up on the phone holder. I kind of cancelled the last video, so hopefully I can join them two together. Not really done that before, so I can I'll ask a couple of friends if I can try and do that. Right, so we have our fully forged Darton sleeved block. So we're going to start with the bottom end today. So I've kind of test fitted the sump to make sure it was all right, but then I found out that the dowel that goes in this side of the block, there was already one on the sump. So what I've done is I've very carefully pulled that one out. This one didn't have one in, so that's right, because that's on the sump as well. As you can see, so I got a dowel here, which is the one I had to pull out of the block. And then we got a dowel up in the top corner there, as you can see, which obviously then locates into this section of the engine just up the top here by the engine stand. So yeah, so a brand new sump which I had to rebuy because the sump that came with the brand new engine when I first originally bought it didn't have this for the oil level sensor. So this is a brand new genuine Honda Accord part, directly straight from Honda. So just 2 seconds, I'll get the part number if I can get it. Well, it doesn't have a part number on there, so I just grabbed the part number off the sheet. So we are looking at number 6. It doesn't actually have the part number on here. But yes, I'm sorry, unfortunately I can't give you the part number for that one because I don't actually have it. I thought they would put the part number on the actual bag for the sump, but obviously they haven't. But you can go to any part shop or directly straight to Honda to get them from there. I think the sump, what's the sump? I put all this together and I can't seem to find the well, that is slightly annoying. I can't even seem to find the price for that one either. So completely forget that. We'll come back to that later on. So let's get ahead and get this started. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I have got my sheet here, which is obviously going to be handy. So I'm just going to quickly just down my DeWalt tools. Thank you very much for DeWalt for actually doing these tools. These tools are great. I know there's a lot of tools, other tools out there on the market. But DeWalt was the route that I wanted to go, but just because I like the black, I like the yellow, I like the combination. So easy to use, expensive, but so easy to use. So just going to put it down there. So first of all, I am going to install the baffle. I'm going to install the original oil pump. I'm not going to go down the K20 oil pump route, just because there's a lot of work involved in that side of it. Because there's a lot of things when you put the oil pump in, you have to do a lot of trimming on the oil pump to get it to fit the K24 block. I've been told by Ian at Clockwise Motion that the engine that he built, it will be fine. I know this oil pump is a bit more heavier than the K21. But I'm just going to stick with what he recommended. We're just putting this one back on. So we have the baffle ready. So I'm just going to put that into its place, which is just here. So we are going from the pulley end, where you put the crankshaft pulley on, Let's see if I can try and ganders you over. I don't know, I'm just trying to get my camera angles. So the sump there, it will line up with the 4 bolts that we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that will just rest on there. Let's put you back up there. Let's get you back into position. So the bolts you are going to need for this, I think there's 14 bolts for the sump, and there's 4 bolts for the baffle. So if you want to use the bolts, the part number is just there. So obviously you're going to be reading it from 95701. So I got 10 of these, and I have some more somewhere. Where's the other ones? I think they might be at the box at the back. So I'm just going to take 4 of these out. Just going to do it by one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use these tiny little 10 mils just to screw in by hand for the time being. So that's one. Just got my trusty Stanley knife to hand. 2. So I've asked a question while I've been doing this before I started. I wanted to know if you needed to use anything like Honda Bond or Loctite on these bolts, and I was informed that you don't need to use that on the oil pump side of it. That's 3. Fiddly because I've got chunky fingers. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm doing this in the right order. The oil jets and have been fitted already for me. That's great. The pistons are in. Do the baffle. I am only going to be doing this for an hour or so because I have things planned I need to do this afternoon. So I'm going to be doing this up just hand tight, just until they pinch. So I'm going to grab me 10mm D-bolt ratchet. I'll just take that off. Just use that by hand for now. And I think with the torque wrench side of things, I think these 10mm get torqued out to about 12 Newton meters. I think they are. I'm hoping so, because the manual that I've got with this car doesn't actually tell me the Newton meters on the oil pumps. It tells me everything else, but just not on the baffle or the oil pump. I have been told they're either 12 or 24 Newton meters. So it's actually quite nice. I'm actually starting to now get on with this. I'm the type of person that likes to buy, spend all the time in the world ordering parts, having them boxed up, which are all in the back of the garage just over there, all piled high, and then I'll crack on with it. For some reason, I can't seem to get my brain into function to say, well, okay, well, I've ordered that part, let's get that part installed, and then not have stuff all over the place. It's the same when I do PlayStation. I like to build my money up when I play GTA or something like that before I buy anything. But yeah, so I'm just going to do these up just a little hand tight. And then we will get my little torque wrench. With my little 10mm on the end, torque wrench, which is set to 12 Newton meters a pound on there. I have to get the extension bar actually. Where is my extension bar? Can't seem to find my extension bar. I don't know where it's gone. Unbelievable. It's all right. I found it. It was hiding. The sun is absolutely beaming down today, so in a second what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk these up and I'm just going to take my hoodie off because it's starting to get a bit warmer. Right, so you hear that click? Still going. Right, that one's done. Okay. So he's on there tight, it's all torqued up, which is good. Good news. So that's lovely. So the baffle is now on. We are going to now install the oil pump. So I've just got to quickly just protect it. I have brake fluid cleaned it. So all I've used to just clean it, I've used this brake and clutch cleaner. All I did was I just tipped it into a tub, into a little plastic tub, and then I just I put about maybe half an inch of brake cleaner in the bottom of the tub, and I just placed this in the tub and then just used my what you'd normally clean your alloy wheels with, as a brand new brush, just to go around and all the fiddly bits and everything. I didn't go over the top with it, but yeah, it came out a lot cleaner than what it was. So I'm just going to quickly just open this. In fact, actually, it is now starting to get proper warm, so I am going to strip. Superman style. Yes. Well, not as quick as Superman style, but I do apologise to all you guys now out there if I don't go into too much detail. I will only say the things that I need to know. I don't want to start making up stuff about this, because if people are if you're going to be doing the same type of thing that I'm going to be doing here in the UK, I just don't want to give you false hopes, and I don't want to cause you any issues. So the oil pump is now out. Lovely and clean. So then we are going to install this. So again, we have the dowels on here on the edges. The only thing I do need to put on is always remember to put this gasket on that fits just in there, which I'll show you now. Where did I do the gasket? I had it somewhere, guys. Here it is. Right, so to replace the gasket, this is the part number for it, if you need that. So we'll open this up carefully. I don't want to cut the gasket. Always handy when you drop your Stanley knife on the floor. So that's all you need, is just a small little gasket there just to fit in. So we'll place that in. So it's all cleaned, everything like that. Oh, actually, I might just give it a nice quick brush off on there. And then that will fit in there, like so. So the gasket is in. So the dowels are going to be fitting into this one here, and then this one up the top there. Correct. That is it. Here's it on. Looking good. Really, I can't express enough of how much I've actually wanted to get to this point. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to be fitting all this inside, and then I'm going to test fit the sump. But as I'm going to have some parts of this engine sprayed by my local body shop with some heat-proof resistant paint, I'm not going to be doing any Honda Bond. I'm not going to be doing any Loctite on the bolts I can easily take off. I will do that once it's all sprayed, which I'm going to keep for a secret a minute. I'll have to follow for later videos. So like I said, if you like what I'm doing, I'm not trying to say I am confident in what I'm doing. It's just I'm not technically minded to be able to give you guys the expert speech. I'm just trying to do it as I go along. And I really do appreciate the help that I get from friends and a few mechanic friends of mine. But I'm literally trying to save as much cost as I can, and we're doing it this way. I spent quite a lot of money on the block. I spent quite a lot on the car and all the parts. But literally, I'm always constantly researching YouTube videos. The car that we have, a lot of people that modify these cars, they put air ride on. They run the 2.2 diesel ID-Tex. Not very many people have done the 2.4, especially here in the UK. So I'm trying to help the Cord Assemble group out. I'm trying to help out the UK Honda Collective group that we've got. So if you want to head over to Facebook and look at them two groups, please just make sure you answer the questions. We won't deny your request, but answering the questions is going to help us out quite a lot. Just so we can get genuine members in. Obviously, like I said, again, if you like what I'm doing, make sure you leave a comment below, leave a like, and hit that subscribe button and that bell, so every time I do a video you get notifications to watch this build come along. And I hope you appreciate that. I'm trying to do it all on my own. So it's all good. Right, so we've got the bolts. I'll just put that to one side of it. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 bolts? The gasket's right there. So I'll just take this back off a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 bolts. So 5 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all these bolts have different part numbers. So we're going to have 2. I think that's 14mm bolts to go in, 1 in that side and then 1 in this side. And the part numbers for them are just that number there. You can read it. So you need 2 of these. So then that's the other one there. There you go. Same part number. Then you need 1 of these bolts, which I think is a 12mm. This is that part number there. And then you need 2 more 12mm bolts. This is slightly a little bit longer. So that part number there. So what I will try and do is, once I've got all this built to the point where that section's done, like I said, we're only going to be fitting the oil pump, the baffle and the sump in today's video, and then I'll get the camera off the tripod, and then I can have a walk around to see what I've done, because I'm still yet to buy the timing chain. I'm still yet to buy the chain for the oil pump and everything like that. That's going to come later on. As long as we can get the sump on, just get that hand tight for the time being, so I can just spin it back over for a minute. What I will do is I will add a few other bits. Like my oil filter base, brand new. I will see if I can try and have enough time in this video to fit my old original intercooler, which I've cleaned up. I've cleaned it, everything like that, so that's all spot on to go. So I'll come back to them in a second. So yeah, everything that I use today tool wise, I will drop in the links below. I will also drop in the part numbers for these, so I'll make sure I keep all the leaflets. But anything you guys can do, any feedback, any criticism, you can come towards me and just help me out a little bit more. Much appreciated. Right, so let's get these bolts open. I do apologise if you can't see what I'm doing down on the table. This is the only angle that I could really get to be able to do this job. So I believe one in there. I do like new parts. Using new parts rather than trying to use old parts and things like that. It's just it's a lot less mess. Right. So they've started in there. So the single bolt will go in here. Oh, shiny bolts. So always remember, when you're doing bolts, I've learnt my lessons over the last few bits and bobs I've actually done to the car, is always do them with your fingers first, and then use whatever you wish. And you can use the dewalt or whatever impact gun, which I don't recommend you use when you're doing this side of it. And once it's all finger tight, then you can use it, jump over to the ratchet then. Onto the big bolts. So I wish all the bolts would come the same colour, come all nice and chrome. I know you're not going to see them once the sump's on, but it just keep them all matching basically. Go on there. I have got to the stage where I could have used all the original bolts from the old engine, but as you guys know, I blew the last engine to smithereens. I just completely obliterated the oil pump and everything. So I wasn't actually going to risk using any of the old parts whatsoever. So literally everything I've got now is genuine, straight from Honda. So I'm going to do it all finger tight down to, I can't do it with my fingers anymore. And then I will do it hand tight with a ratchet. I know a lot of you out there are going to say, why didn't I go for the K20 oil pump? Would have been nice to go for the K20 oil pump, but for a supercharged build, it's not necessary. I think if you're going to go down the K20 oil pump route, I personally think that's for turbo builds only. Supercharger, I'm not looking to go majorly massive horsepower. I just want to be able to get it to where I want it to be. 12 mil. Hand tight. Hand tight. Hand tight. So that's the 12 mils done. So we're going to torque them up to, I think, let's see, let's do it. Let's do a torque at oh, I'm dropping everything on the floor now. Sorry, guys. Sorry if I'm not in the picture. Let's do it what everybody says. Let's do it at 12 Newton meters. Lovely. So that's going well. The thing is, as I'm going to be taking a sump off to go and get that sprayed, like I said earlier on, what I would do is I've torqued them up all the 12 Newton meters, and then I will research and do a few other bits and bobs, and just double check to make sure that these aren't supposed to be 24 Newton meters. Like I said, I'm only limited to what the manual has given me. I'm still waiting for a few replies from a couple of car clubs, just to let me know if that's right. But I'm not going to overforce the build. This is obviously, it's not a rush build. I just want to get it done so I can concentrate on a few bits and bobs, and then we can do everything else later on. So I need my 14. First time I've ever used my torque wrench. I've waited until this moment to get it all done. Lovely. Right, so they're all torqued. And look, we have a special guest. Come here, Ring. And everybody that's been watching previous videos, you remember Super Screw. Say hi, Super Screw.
Hi, Super Screw.
No, don't say your name. Just say hi to the viewers. Hi to the members.
Hi.
Yeah, so he's made a special guest appearance today. Look at that face. How can you not love that face? Well, so that's the oil pump done. On. It looks okay.
And we've got oil in my hand.
You have got oil in your hand. Just for, it's not oil, it's WD-40 where I've had to keep it lubed. So baffles on, oil pumps on. I'm not going to put the oil level sensor on Sump because I've got to send that off to get sprayed.
This is the engine.
So, not really much effort to put this on. Just a few bolts. So I'm going to put the Sump on now to line it up with the dowels. Should just slide on that. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wiggle this off a little bit. Be careful if I can. I'm just going to give you guys just a quick video of what it looks like.
Sorry, as I sneezed.
So there we have it. So we have the baffle on with the 4 10mm bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the oil pump, which is now on. Watch out, Super Screw. Here, so then you have 5 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 3 12mm and then 2 14mm. And as we come down to the front, seems to be okay, because like I said, when you do the K20 oil pump, you have to do a lot of trimming to get the K20 to fit over these bolts and over this plinth here, and then you normally get a 12mm bolt that normally goes in there, which you have to like kind of flatten the bottom edge of this on the K20, but lucky enough, as we are using the original pump. We don't need to use that. We don't need to do any trimming or anything like that. It's literally just bolt on. And obviously the chain can then run to all the pulley system that we got here. So let's put the sump on.
Daddy, I hurt my face. Can I hold this for you, Daddy? Daddy.
Right, so the sump is on, or sump is warm because it's been out in the sun.
Daddy.
So what we're going to do now is we are going to rip open the packets for
Daddy.
the other bolts, which is just over here.
Daddy.
So we get all our bolts out.
Hold this for you.
Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to cut all these open out on the table.
Hold this for you.
This is a bit of a lengthy process trying to get all this out of the packet. I'm doing that, and it seems to be that they are not long enough. I think I have to use my sub bolts I've got in here. These are the bolts I wanted. Yeah. Just double check these. Yep, they're the right ones. So the sump bolts are actually part code that one. Right, so guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm only just going to put these bolts on just to hold the sump on for a minute. I think that will be the end of this video for today. I will try and do some other videos for you guys later on. I will show you how to install the oil base. I will show you how to put the oil cooler on with the gaskets and stuff like that, and they will all follow with their part numbers. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I said, if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, just to let you know every time I do a video you get to be able to watch it. Subscribe. You want to say bye-bye to the fans? You say bye-bye? Oh, he's a bit grumpy because he wants to go out. The sun's out. As you can see, it's all shining on his beautiful face.
No, you won't let me touch this.
Right, you want to touch the D-bolt? Right, so bye-bye to the fans then.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed what I've done. Really appreciate you watching and really appreciate the subscriptions. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.